Good morning, fellow Polinians. This is Java Vidal from Mass Communication Program, and I'm here with the Gion Goodwill Ambassador, Mr. Gion. So, good morning, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
My pleasure.
How did you find St. Paul University Manila so far?
I have a very good relationship with them, and we're the past sisters who are in position, and until now, because one of them is my relative, she's my auntie, Sister Francesca.
How does it feel to be chosen an ambassador for this?
It is actually a privilege, but of course, being an epitome of a good diplomat who carries good relationships and imposes or bringing the emblem of peace, you have to be watchful at your causes at all times.
How did you become an ambassador?
Well, it was really a long story to tell you, but I started being a Goodwill ambassador for the visual arts because I'm basically an artist myself. So when I was still a young kid, I started painting back in France, and the paintings were sought after to be for fundraising.
So you're a painter, sir?
Yes, I am.
What were some of your creations that made you noticeable?
All right. My very distinct perspective. You know, while I was young, while everybody was having a painting session of their own subjects, I was able to capture all of them painting in my canvas. So that perspective, that very detail, you know, the colors can apply, observations and all that, it came to that. So you can tell I have a very wide perspective.
What inspired you to create?
I'm always inspired for painting portraits, nature in relationship with God, of course, to be able to have peace in your subjects.
So is it hard to be an ambassador?
Well, as I've said, you have to be careful at all times.
What drove you to pursue this kind of work?
Would you like to know that I'm a doctor, so I did not pursue it because I'm in the service for humanity. So that's the reason.
So your passion is...
Yes, just like you guys, you wanted to do public service and in a good, fair reporting, so be it.
How do you think St. Paul University Manila can help you in this work?
There's a lot of projects I have in my office, like the educational programs that we're implementing. For example, we're providing educational scholarships to the Manobo children in the marshland. As you may have to think in history, I don't want to quote you with your relational community service because you're in Manila, but try to get out of your system to be able to expand horizons, bring also the name of St. Paul's down the provinces. So, like for us, why we chose the Manobo tribe? Because we have a mandate from UNESCO for the indigenous peoples. And that delegation to think in history and geographically speaking, that the Agusan marshland in Mindanao is the third largest marshland in Asia. And the Manobos have been fluvial in community and in their life. So you have to preserve the culture of what they have now.
So we are the mass communication students. So what do you think can we do for the United Nations?
Right. As a student, of course, like you have to equip yourself with a proper posture of education and then promoting peace as well by starting no crime activity right at your own school place. So zero crime community or school promotes itself a good identity.
So for the Philippines, what do you think the role of the Philippines in the peace promotion work?
We have so much a lot. We have to encounter and battle all the crime activities underground. For example, the corruption does not promote peace at all. The poverty is a result or the byproduct of corruption. primarily in our own interpersonal assessment, greed, conducts, and misbehavior, and jealousy professionally is the cause why one would be able to steal. Well, there has been a lot in the news items now, lawmakers, government officials, but you know, when we start the conduct right from our own home, it has to be corrected from there. So basically, education starts from home.
So what has been your most memorable experience so far for being a UN ambassador?
I cannot forget always the time that I was sent as an envoy for moral recovery program for the landmine victims of Bosnia and Herzegovina, because I was able to cross to the borders while the missiles are on attack. 200 landmine victims. These are children and orphans, together with the other non-volunteers, nuns, and the other peacemakers. And when we get to reach the place, I saw one child who is not participating in our painting recovery, you know, the boosting of the morale of a person who's gone into a traumatic experience during the war times. So she was just smiling all along, and then I approached her after our painting session because she was just lying in bed. I thought she was sick, but a sick person cannot just smile all the time, right? So it came to my curiosity why she's smiling all the time, because she was enjoying how we, the group, are painting. So the volunteer nurse unfolded the blanket, and only to find out that she lost her 4 limbs. The arms and then the legs, due to the landmines implanted still of the Muslim war. So we taught her painting, and it's really an emanating factor internally. If you have the passion for anything that you do and express it, it will really create attention worldwide. So mind you, when we taught her painting, she was already painting by her own mouth. And now she sells an inch for about $1,000 per inch per painting. So in her sketch, she drew a subterranean waters, and then the land, skies, and then there's like stars and planets. So I said and asked, but in the sky, there's this man holding a child, a little girl, because it was dressed. So I asked, who is this person that you're painting? Is this your father? Because she lost her parents during the war. And so she replied, no. The interpreter, the Muslim interpreter, came up. She said, no, it's you. And why me? I am this girl. And because you taught me nice things to paint, and this is the sky, I want you to be with me in heaven. So one person can really create something and influence goodness. From that goodness emanates a criteria of character worldwide. Isn't that peace, we call it? Primarily, peace should start from inside. As you celebrate your peace month or week at St. Paul's University, I should really say that we should stick to the UNESCO preambles that since wars are inculcated in the minds of men, it is also from the minds of men that starts war. So let's start creating peace in our mind innately, so innately we can exude peace throughout the world.
So if I want to be a UN ambassador, what should I do?
You have to eat a lot of rice. No, seriously kidding. I think I disappointed you. We have to start from volunteerism, okay? Yeah.
So how do you start for being a volunteer?
Well, as I've said earlier, since I was painting since young, they spotted my paintings and it became a character. And I was able to fundraise for many, many occasions and different activities already. So they've spotted my work and my track record.
For last question, sir, complete the sentence. St. Paul University Manila, blank.
Is a home of peace.
So, thank you, sir, for this. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, really.
Thank you, sir. This is for you. Here's our token of appreciation.
Alright. Thank you very, very much. Okay. Okay.
Just a quick question.
Yes.